Well, good morning everybody and welcome back. It's a pretty nice day, a little breezy out here today, and I think my project needs to be, I've got a few trees that need to come down and I can always use firewood cut up. So I'll kind of show you the way I process the trees. First, I don't take down live trees. I don't see any point in that unless they're in the way for construction or something like that. I only take down the dead trees, so that way they're partially cured also for firewood. So we've got a few around the homestead we need to take down, and I thought might bring y'all with me today to help do that. Okay, I would say this tree in the middle here is our first candidate for removal. It's definitely dead, and it is not too far away from this graveled area here where I'm going to be building a garage. So I sure don't want to build a building and then have the tree fall on it. So first thing I usually do is I see which way the tree wants to fall, and it looks like it wants to go a little bit to the left. But when you walk around this side, you can see it kind of wants to fall back toward the building a little bit, just a little bit. And there is a wind pushing it the other way, but I don't think the wind's going to have a lot of effect on it. So what I'll probably do, I'll move the tractor. I moved the other truck already. It should fall right near the edge of the gravel there. And we'll take it out. We'll just let it go the way it wants to go. Now, if I had a helper, I could probably tie a rope around up there and pull it the right way. I could take the tractor and kind of give it a push, but that's not real safe. So in this case, I'm just going to let it go. I think I'll try to fall it back this way here. So we'll get started. Okay, better that it fall now when I cut it than when it come down in the storm and hit the building when there's one there. So I'll kind of show you next what I do normally after I take it down. Okay, I'm sorry if the wind is causing audio issues. It's pretty windy out. As you can see, it really wasn't too bad a looking tree, all in all. So what I'll do, if I take the tree down and it looks like the stump anyway is decent, that's really getting windy. I'll pace off somewhere around 9 feet or so, and I'll see how it looks. I might get a couple 9-foot pieces out of here, and those I'll take up to the sawmill, because I would rather put those on the sawmill and make some decent oak lumber out of that. And then the top part, it's drier also. I'll cut that up for firewood. So we'll get started on that. Got the bucket loaded up with these items will get split and then be used for firewood. And I have a few pieces of scrap I still need to pick up. Those are pretty dry. I'll probably put those in the other pile that are ready to burn. So we'll get this done next. Okay, as far as the stump goes, I have a much larger saw. I will come back later, cut that off pretty flush to the ground or as close as I can get it. And then I have all the small pieces of scrap and stuff loaded up in the tractor. I'll take that around back to burn in the stove now. It's basically dry enough you can do that now. So all in all, pretty well cleaned up. There wasn't too much scrap on this tree. I try to use everything I can, from the smallest little pieces all the way up. Sometimes when you start taking out a lot of trees, you don't have a lot of time to mess with the little pieces, but when I can, I like to use all that I can. That way the tree doesn't go to waste. Okay, here's the next candidate for removal. It's a good sized post oak. Been down here in the field for several years, and last year it died. So it's definitely leaning. That'll make it easy to take out. We don't have anything major up here except for the horse barn, but we should be fine. I'll follow it over here in this clear area a little more. So we'll get started on that next. This is not much of a tree. As you can tell, it was all hollow on the inside. Those are sometimes dangerous to cut down because you don't know what they're going to do. I've had trees basically just fall apart when you're halfway done cutting them. They're not real predictable. But anyway, I think this is just going to be firewood. We'll get that cut up and we'll have a bunch of firewood then. That one was fighting for all it was worth. It didn't want to go over, did it? This tree is a white oak, and white oaks are really good to use around the homestead for fence posts and such. because they can stand up a long time out in the weather. So I will definitely save a piece of that stump, and really it looked pretty good inside. There's another one. That tree there is also a white oak, and it's a little bit bigger than this one, and it's dead. So we'll take that one out next. Okay, got a pretty good haul of white oak logs. Like I say, they make great fence posts and that sort of thing. So those are all, I think the shortest one there is about 5 feet, the top one. The rest are around 6 to 8 feet long, which should work pretty good for around here. Then I'll of course have a lot of cleaning up to do as far as firewood. Got one more white oak log, so I think that's 4 pretty decent ones. It doesn't look like much on the outside, but the inside is solid and hard. It's not bad at all. It probably at least get a 5-inch square timber out of there and have some to spare. Got a few more pieces of wood there, so I got these 2 trees cleaned up. Kind of a short video this week, but we got quite a bit done today for a short day. Well, everybody, thank you for joining me today. We got quite a lot accomplished. We got, what, 4, maybe 4 or 5 trees down today. Some bigger than others, but we ended up with 5 white oak logs that will become posts for around the homestead. We ended up with a couple decent red oak logs that will become either timbers or they may end up becoming furniture one day. We also ended up with not a lot, but maybe a half a rick of firewood, so that's not too bad. And took some trees down. I know the one of them probably would have ended up falling on my building one day, so I'm glad to get that out of the way. It kind of occurred to me today that us homesteaders are kind of like the original recyclers before that was in, or before it was the cool thing to do. More of a necessity than anything else. You're trying to take good care of your land and provide. And so, like I said, we only take down dead trees or diseased trees. So we not try not to take any live ones if we can help it. And then when we do take down a tree, we try to use every bit that we can. So just kind of one of the things when you're trying to be self-reliant, these are some items that you can get off your land. You don't need a big plot of land either. A half acre is quite a lot, and you can provide quite a bit off of it. Like I said before, in one of my previous videos, I had heard that about 10 acres of decent wooded land will keep perpetually in wood for wood heating. In other words, if you have 10 acres of land and you only take down the trees that die, they will die at about the correct rate to provide a regular home with firewood perpetually. In other words, they die as fast as you can use them, and then the young ones grow up. So that's a nice sized piece of land. If you're out looking for a piece of land for a homestead, 10 acres is a good place to start. But you can do it on a lot less than that. So anyway, I appreciate you joining me today or this week, and I hope you all have a good one. And I hope to see y'all down the trail.